I'm Jorden with Tram Talk. I'm going to go ahead and let our guest introduce himself.
Hey everybody, this is Kyle Fowler with Go Easy Aerobatics, one of the performers here at Sun and Fun, the big 50th anniversary, flying the Long Easy.
How has your Sun and Fun been going so far? It's pretty exciting. It's the 50th anniversary.
It's been absolutely incredible. Yesterday we got to open up the show. We flew kind of somewhere in the middle. The plane flew great. It looked great. It was beautiful weather. And today we get to do the night show. So we're super excited about that.
So what do you do during the day to prep for the night show? Are you just ready to go right when it gets there?
I like to be ready to go when the day starts, but there is a lot of prep that we have to do for the night show. We do have a lot of fireworks or effects that we put on the plane. We gotta make sure everything's loaded up. It takes, believe it or not, my show's about 6 minutes, and all that takes about 6 hours to load. Little bit of work.
Yeah, sounds like it. So how did you get into doing this?
Well, air shows or night shows or both?
Both.
Okay, so air shows, I got into air shows. I'm a second generation air show performer. My dad flew air shows for 23 years. And when I was 12 years old, I used to go to shows. I used to announce for my dad, and that's kind of where I got my start. So I knew the industry. I kind of know how things work. And I knew I wanted to get into it at a very young age. I saw somebody flying a Long Easy. And when I was young, I was like, that's the coolest plane. When I get old, that's what I want to fly. So that's what I did. I saved up all my money and I found a really good aircraft. Had to do a bit of work to it to make it the show plane that it is today. But a little bit of perseverance, and that's exactly what I did.
That's amazing how you got into it at such a young age, and that's some dedication. You're still going, so you obviously love it.
Absolutely. It definitely took a little dedication. I'm an automotive mechanic by trade. I'm about as blue collar as they get. And to save up my money for an aircraft, it took a bit of work. But because I'm an automotive mechanic, the Long Easy is experimental. My skills that I learned from that really transferred over, being able to make the modifications I needed for changing out the engine for a bigger engine, installing a smoke system to make it good for a show, and a whole bunch of other stuff along the way too.
There you go. You got a whole system going, like without even purposely doing it.
It all kind of just fell in place. It all kind of worked out for me pretty good.
It's perfect. Would you say through all of this you learned anything?
Oh, God, what did I learn? Tough questions. I mean, you're learning every day along the way. I mean, one of the things I really kind of focused on doing this, I've done this a very unconventional way. But just because nobody's done it doesn't mean it can't be done, right? I took the approach that worked for me. Most people that get into air shows, it's usually through competition, which I strongly suggest. It is a really structured way to learn how to do aerobatics. But the type of aerobatics I do, there's no handbook on doing aerobatics in a Long Easy. So it's different, but you still have to learn the basics in something that's designed for it. So that's what I learned. Just because it hasn't been done doesn't mean it can't be done.
That's really good too. What would you say is a big piece of advice you would give to young people, whether it's aerobatics or other aviation?
Find what works for you. Aviation is a huge industry, and my job is to inspire people regardless of what their dreams are, right? If it's to do with aviation, I'm really excited about that, but it doesn't have to be flying. There's so many different areas. Like there's engineering, there's maintenance, there's enforcement, technology development. There's so many different avenues in aviation, and I'm sure that regardless what your passion in it is in life, there is an avenue to do it through aviation.
For sure. And one last question, what are you most looking forward to for Sun and Fun the rest of the week?
Oh, probably the night show. I really enjoy the night show. It is something that is absolutely spectacular. There's not a lot of places you get to experience stuff like that, like airplanes in the sky with fireworks, and the finale is gonna blow you away.
I'm really excited to see it, and I'm definitely going. But thank you so much for joining us on Tram Talk, and I can't wait to watch your show.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on the tram today.